Welcome to the Train Anything Show. This is John.
And I am Dylan.
And we are passionate about all things endurance. We're here to inspire belief and action, one podcast at a time.
With a little bit of yodeling.
Little bit. That's what that was. We told you from the beginning that this is the Train Anything Show. And intern Dylan has to be on the spot every week.
There you go.
To give us a show. And, you know, he delivers. This time with a little high-end yodel.
That's right.
How do you do that on a Friday afternoon?
Yodel.
Next time.
I'm a weird person.
In Lederhosen? No. Do you yodel in those?
Yeah.
There could be outfits.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. Well.
We'll have to have my sister on one of these times.
Yes, she needs to come on the podcast.
Well, she'll just play a
Absolutely.
show. Maybe it'll just be a music show.
We'll do, a real show. The triathlon show.
Yes. I got to say,
right, show.
Just so everyone knows, I fart around on music. My sister, my dad, my brother, really good musicians. Yeah. I'm just a farter.
Hey,
but I like to have fun.
I wasn't going to say anything. But if I ever stop talking, it's because I passed out.
Yeah. Yeah. Just...
Would you like to correct any of that? No, we're just going to leave that there.
What would I say instead? A tootler?
Yeah.
That's an Anna-ism.
Dabbler? You dabble in music.
Anna-ism.
Anna-ism, the tootler. Yeah, and we've adopted that one through and through.
Yeah.
Toodle. Yeah, you dabble.
I'm a dabbler.
Yeah.
All right, that's better than farter.
Way better.
I never fart.
No.
I don't think I've ever farted in my life,
Probably
actually.
not.
Yeah. Wow.
Right. Are we on track? Are we off track?
I think my nose just grew.
We're always on track here at the Train Anything Show.
All right, John. Your sponsor's weird, but give it to us.
What?
Come on.
Hey, you can't hate on sponsors of the show.
I guess I don't understand
We would not be here without our sponsors. Do you understand how important they are?
True. They pay us a lot of money.
There is a huge amount of money. Today's show is brought to you by Roundabouts. That's right, Roundabouts. You know.
Can't wait for this one.
You know how annoyed you are at a four-way stop sign. Awful. Roundabout. Way better solution. So how about them roundabouts? Especially on a bike. You just get to yield. You can jump in. The four-way stop when you're on a bike, everybody looks at you and says, you're on a bike, you should go. It's like, it's not my turn. That's like one of your least favorite bike experiences ever.
I've heard they're more expensive than stoplights. Is that true?
Probably.
Why?
Lots of concrete.
It's just concrete.
Lots of it, though. I don't know. Maybe because they have to do them twice if they're the one over here. Are we paying for that twice, City of Bozeman?
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
All right.
But, all the new hopping towns out there, if you're expanding, everybody's putting in roundabouts, not the four-way stops or stoplights because they're better. So we have a whole show sponsored, if you didn't know.
Yeah. How much did they write you a check for?
Not enough.
If anyone wants to sponsor our show,
we would take it.
Yes.
And it probably won't take a lot.
Right. And, it'd be better than roundabouts, I'm sure. Grabbing at straws in episode 9.
Is that where
good.
we are?
It's good.
We're
I don't
almost
know.
in double digits.
We're going to get some legit sponsors.
Wow.
This is good.
One day.
We
can dream.
Dreaming.
All right.
Dream on.
Okay.
Dream on. So, John, what's been your Train Anything this week?
Train Anythings this week. So, my Train Anything has been speed, VO2, high end, fun, all around on the bike, in the swim, and okay, not quite yet in the run. But I just started doing real workouts this week.
Yeah.
And starting with that Speed VO2, introducing some real legitimate stimulus.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, super fun. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's fun because it's scary a little bit.
A little
You
bit.
got to work really hard.
Yes.
VO2, like, I mean, we could tell them the story.
Do we want to talk about our week?
Yeah. Because, I don't know, my train anything is probably speed as well, because that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Speed VO2.
Working it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is funny. So, what?
Let's talk about it.
What started this? I did was it a...
You started.
Oh, no, this is what it is. Okay. It's Rico
Well,
Bogan.
You can go ahead and say,
It's all Rico Bogan's fault.
Rico's fault. Yeah.
Okay, so at T100 San Francisco last weekend, this guy normalized 394 watts.
For an hour 45? What was it? Something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hour for 80K.
Change?
Yeah, a little less than 2 hours, but still.
That's a lot of watts
Yeah.
to hold normalized. Even average. It was
Yeah.
370 something maybe? No,
Yeah,
was
probably
it?
something like that.
Yeah.
I'm
368.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Normalized.
But-
390 something.
Yeah,
It's going to have a 4 in it one of these times.
I know. Well, Matthias Margier,
Uh-huh.
he has the highest. Well, I don't know that. He did 396 last year
Okay.
in a T100 race.
All right.
Normalized.
All right.
And I just watched Sam Laidlow's YouTube video,
Uh-huh.
and he was saying
Just
in a
drop
70.3 he can do normalized 400.
Yikes.
What?
What?
It was really
That's
good
a
for me.
lot of power.
It's a lot of power. I know,
Yeah.
and it just like, well, this is what kind of started the whole VO2, the thing we're training, because now we have a little competition
Now we
going. We'll
got-
get there. But I mean, yeah, it's like, okay, these are my competitors.
Yeah.
I don't want to get left behind,
No, not happening.
and I'm in the speed phase. So
VO2.
we were like looking at some of my old workouts, and like my high end, I've always struggled. I'm really good at pushing threshold, like really close to my threshold,
Yep.
racing at it.
Yep.
But my high end sucks in comparison to my peers.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Sure.
So seeing that, I was like, dang. And John and I think we were talking on Monday. On our Monday
Plotting
meeting.
out the week. What are we going to do about this?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, John, I got to be pushing 600 watts probably, on like these 20
Short.
40s,
Yeah.
30 30s,
Uh-huh.
40 20s.
Yeah. Getting after it.
And you were like, yeah.
Throw some power down.
And what did you go do on Tuesday?
My very first workout
hilarious.
since October, bro.
Yeah. That was your first workout since October?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Wow, dude, you
Yeah.
sent it.
So I did, yes, as prescribed. Dylan wrote my week this week. I was doing 20 40s, 2 rounds of 10, and I friggin' dropped some watt bombs, bro. Yeah.
Tell the people, what were you pushing?
I mean, I was pushing over 600 watts.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, I was topping out over 7.
What was your off, though?
Well, I just survived. I stopped.
Did you pedal at all?
I mean, they're supposed to be 20 seconds on, 40 seconds off. I didn't get off my bike, but
You almost
I
did.
might as well have. I had lots of speed going
You
from
earned it,
pushing
man.
700. I
Seriously.
didn't need to pedal.
Because you were doing it on the flat.
I was on a flat.
You weren't narrow.
I was not narrow.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
on the drops, in a flat, just locked it in.
Nuketown.
Nuked it, seriously. And it was hard. It felt good. My chest was going to explode a little bit, which, again, it just feels good.
I know.
And
You texted me, and you're like, what'd you say? You said something like,
peep that.
yeah, peep that. And Training Peaks wasn't working, so I'm like, oh, gosh,
Can't
what'd you
see
push?
it.
Yeah.
What was it?
And
Yep. Peep it, bro.
You're like, dude, I was cracking 700. And then I was like, crap. Because when I did, I think my first 20-40 workout back.
It was like a warm up. I feel like it
I
wasn't
know.
your like go to.
No, but
I'm trying to give
Rico-
you excuses.
Rico flipped a switch in me, and then you go and do what you did.
Come on,
But
let's go.
No, but I was like, what, 450 or 480?
Yeah.
Which is
Not
like
even with 5 in front of it.
weak sauce.
For
I
20
know.
seconds?
I know. And then
You
you
can do
did
anything
that.
for
And I'm
20
like,
seconds.
okay. All right.
On we go.
So I think I did on Thursday. I did the workout.
Yeah, he had his.
Yeah. And John, I have
You,
to.
if you are not watching, I'm getting some bow down action over here.
Yeah. You got me.
I got him on the high end.
Listen.
But there's
Number one
you know,
of the set, I did 3. There were 623. And I was like, okay, I got this.
got it.
No. And then I was like, we'll call it 560 to 580 on the rest of them.
Mm-hmm. Consistent.
Yeah, which is good. But then my
you were
offs,
going, I know, dude, your average
was able to recover
way higher than
like
mine.
260 on the recovery.
That's not recovery. You need to be pushing,
I was
get off
wondering
your
if I
bike.
pushed a little less.
Too much on the in-between?
I
You could have.
raised it because my
Yes.
normalized was 390
I know.
on the 10-minute.
I know. And your average was like 347 or something.
Higher.
Wasn't it?
370. The
Your
average.
average?
The average. I know. So it was just
You
like
did
a
it
hard.
wrong.
Well, I don't know. I was still like seeing cross-eyed.
Stimulated.
Audibles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Audibles.
Yeah.
I was
What an awful
so
workout.
fired up in mine. I was just like, there were people outside at
Oh,
some
gosh.
house, and I was
You're
like,
scaring
I was
people.
like, and then on the last one, I'm just yelling,
They're like,
I'm
cycling's
like-
fun?
full on. Ah!
You were thinking of me, right? You're
I
just
was
like,
just
I'm going to
friggin'
bury
gunning
Dylan.
it. Well, I had no idea. I didn't look at your workout, so I didn't know where the bar was.
Oh, no, you said it.
I should
I
have
did
looked.
it after you.
Well, but your first one,
Oh.
like when you dabbled in it, a
Yeah,
couple, you
right.
did like a dabbly
Yeah.
set. So I had no idea, but I was like, I'm just gonna send it. I haven't done a workout on a bike in a long time,
Yeah.
and I did.
Oh, bro, that was awesome.
Yeah.
You motivated
So-
me, and yeah,
And it's game on. Now we have a wager of sorts.
we do.
Because I do.
Oh.
I'm not gonna throw myself under the bus, but I do feel the average versus normalized, which I don't think the average. I'm not into the average because I'm resting during the rest. That's important to me. Rest is important to me, but I do feel like I'm gonna have some diminishing returns on the duration front. We're gonna give it a go.
Oh, the longer.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like 30 seconds is like there's
Yeah.
gonna be some drop off at some point.
Yeah.
But I've only got to double it. But still.
Oh,
They
for
get-
our wager? We haven't told them yet.
No, just
Or-
like 30 seconders, 40,
Oh, I see,
like
I
30
see.
30s, 40 20s. Like I feel like you're gonna have a better ability to stay,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm gonna
You're gonna have
like,
to.
like fall off of a cliff a little bit. But I'm gonna try to not do that.
Yeah.
That would be my goal. But I don't.
Yeah,
We'll
you
think
just
positive. I might be able to hang.
Well, this
That's
is
my
good.
goal. My goal is to obviously out hang you. Absolutely. That is my goal. And
Ain't-
I will die on that last
It
rep.
ain't happening.
I was like, if I die, I will die happy.
I will die
On
happy.
that last rep, I
Yeah.
said, if this is the end, when my heart explodes from exertion,
What was your max heart rate
life
that
is
day?
good. It was only like 171, so
Okay,
I wasn't
yeah.
close to death, but
Yeah,
effort-wise,
you'd have to go
I
for
was.
longer.
Yeah,
like a
to-
longer
and, like,
hard effort.
Whoa, to,
Probably 5 minutes would get you there
right to death.
to death. Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
probably would have died. Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll keep it under a minute.
Well, and of course I had to one up you, right? So that's just how I am.
Oh, yeah.
So I did
With
3
your
by
minuters?
3. Yeah.
You didn't write
3
it in
by
my
1
workout,
minute.
but you did it in yours.
Well, I wanted to get 10 minutes of VO2, and I didn't want to do more 20s.
20s.
So I did 3 by minute in TT
Yeah.
position. I got my highest ever 1 minute power, which is also
so lame.
I'm like a cat 4 on the Training Peaks guide. I actually have over there. I have a guide written of all my my 1 minute or my 6. Is it a 10-second
don't.
power
Over where?
on the black cabinet?
Oh,
I
you
know.
got your peak
My
efforts?
peak powers, yeah,
Really?
and they're all kind of lame. Well, actually,
Which one are you proud of?
my 60 minute, my 20 minute, 5 minute are pretty good.
All right.
They're like cat 1.
Okay. All right.
Which is funny. Big drop off after
Big
1 minute.
opportunity.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, I did 5:35 or something in aero for a minute, a few times.
After that, yeah.
Oh, okay. And then I didn't tell you this,
No,
but I wanted to get
maybe
10
didn't.
minutes. I needed 20 more seconds after those 3x1 minute.
Oh, did you punt it?
I blasted 120 over 700. I think I got like 710
Oh, just to get there.
just to get a 700. Yeah. And this lady
You're
was
like-
walking a dog, and I was like, yeah.
Oh,
Dude.
that's awesome.
It's so funny.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
We'll do it again.
Okay, so our wager.
Wager. Yeah.
We're gonna. Well, I
don't
don't know
know.
how we got to this, but
Well,
we
just throw it down.
like doing workout 4x5 minutes VO2,
Yeah.
and right, the higher your ceiling, the easier threshold's gonna feel.
Mm-hmm.
So your best 4x5 is what, 350, 360?
Yeah, 350, 360, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
My best is like 410 for them or something, which is
It's pretty. I mean, I would take that.
But
I know.
Pierce.
Amateur.
No,
Professional.
This is good.
But I'm
anyway.
coming for you.
So we set John's. Whoever gets this first
Yeah.
wins. You can tell us what we win.
Yeah. Somebody's gonna have to give us some ideas.
We just slap each other in the face.
See, bet on.
Nah. But I'm gonna try to get 450 watts average across the four. And you're gonna get 380.
380. Yeah. Feels.
That's intentional. Like it's gonna take some work.
Then take some work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, we got the run. We got the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What are you doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow. Long riding.
Oh,
I'm not doing that workout again. I need 10
me
days
either.
before I touch that.
I need a break. I know. I went for an easy spin 2 days later, and it was like things were tweaking around, and I'm like, oh, I think I really moved some muscle.
Yeah, seriously, dude.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Which is good for you.
Today, after our swim workout, which we could talk about, that was a hit it.
Oh,
Holy
that was
crap.
another get after it. We could talk about that. I had a great time.
Go.
Until go ahead. What were we doing today?
So the main
Let's
set
move to the swim.
with Haley Chura, she brought it, and 3 rounds, 1050s as 25 fast, 25 easy on a minute 10, so 110 send off. And then you go into 3 ones easy on 140 send off. So 1050s, 3 ones in a 50-meter pool.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And I was doing the math during set 1. I'm like, this is 7 if you're swimming 15-second 25s, that's a 7 minutes and
Is that what
30
it was?
seconds
You
of all
threw
out.
that out at some point, and I'm like, what, has he been doing that math? Where did
Yeah.
he come? And then I started to do the math, and then I stopped.
Yeah.
I was like,
I don't
trust
know.
his
It makes
math.
sense. Yeah.
Feels about right.
Yeah.
Except,
So,
okay.
Yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, we'll call it 7 minutes fast. I was thinking I was probably under 15. I was
Yeah, you
blasting
were.
today. I was feeling
Yeah,
really good.
You were.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I know.
But
I
anyway,
was pushing off in the lane next to you. I had a rabbit every time.
I
Every
know.
single time.
I know.
And I thought, so on the first round, it was paddles, and I would get like to feet by the time the half of the pool. Like if I was still within your feet, I was doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got a body
Mhm.
length on me. And then round 2 came, and see, I thought there were only 2 rounds because I wasn't paying attention. So I was in my mind going, all right, we got 10 more. We got this. And I was,
Blasting them.
yes, and I was coming at like hip. So the first one I was way off. But like in the last few of round 2, I was at your hip by the midway. So I always thought,
By midway.
yeah, well, by like the end of the 25.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was hanging on to hip. So I was doing better without paddles than I was with paddles in terms of just, I don't know where your effort is, but I was like, all right, this is pretty good. And I'm ready. I'm already like, I made it. This is a great session. Can't wait for breakfast. Then we get done with the second one. I'm like, 100 cooldown? And he's like, no,
no.
we have another round.
It's the championship round right
I
now.
was like, no, I just totally blew it all of the round 2 that I thought was the last round. I can't swim anymore. Not fast. So it took probably 4 more. I didn't get out.
Pretty close. I was going to be upset at you if you would have got out.
I bet you. Yes. I
Yeah.
can do, and then you can make 50s on the 110 even if you can't swim fast. But you want to swim fast. Like when you have fast swimming, having come from a place where I wasn't fast swimming, when you can actually do it, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I got my head back on and finished the round pretty decently.
2 lengths
I think.
behind me.
No, bro, I had feet. I have feet on that whole last half of the 10.
Yeah,
and actually, the
awesome.
last one, I was almost at hip. I'm coming for you.
Bro, I would kill
This is
myself
the-
to just crush you. When you were like, oh, I'm tired. I was like, I flipped a switch.
I thought
I'm
it was
like, I'm gonna
over. You're like,
crush him.
and then your feet were gone. That was the one where I didn't keep up at all. And I'm like, oh, you're going to another level.
Bro, yeah. I like
I
put
was
on the Michael
chasing
Jordan
you
lens.
all
I'm
day.
like, it was so good. But
This
I was
is
also,
good.
I
It's good for
prepared
both of
this.
us.
Because I started asking Haley for swim sets
Right.
earlier in the week so I can mentally prepare. It's better for me when I know it's coming. I can get my mind in the right place, and I was ready to
You
nail
knew
it
there were
today.
3 rounds for days.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's 2. Sweet. I made it.
Well, it's always
Wrong.
It's always lame when you show up to a workout and like it's sprinting and you're kind of tired and meh. It's like
You
it's
can't
a pointless workout.
execute at that
Yeah, because then you're just
level.
kind of meandering. You got to be like ready to go.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
But anyway,
It's more fun.
yeah, VO2 man. That was a long train. Anything this
Yeah,
week?
but we are training it, and there's a throwdown happening, and
Yeah,
and
that's good.
it's gonna be good.
Yeah. well, let's okay. Let's switch to some racing, eh?
Racing.
This one will be
Yeah.
quick. I think just quickly shouting out Lauren and Nolan.
Yeah.
They raced a marathon last weekend.
Yeah, we had a couple athletes.
Yep.
Rip marathon. Lauren hadn't done a flat start marathon in like 10 years or something, like a long time. She was like swimmer, runner, triathlete, did some Ironmans, that kind of thing, and was going back to running, so she hasn't run a flat start marathon in a long time. She had a great day, and it was hot. Didn't quite get her goal, but now she just has to run one again, and she's stoked.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to her in a week, but at the race she was stoked. And I asked her at the end, what was harder, doing an Ironman or a flat start marathon? Like, which one would you rather? She's like, I'd rather do the Ironman. That was so hard.
Oh, funny.
It's just
Yeah.
flat start marathons are sneaky hard
Yeah.
when you're a triathlete, I think, because by the time you get to the run, right, you're just hanging in there and doing everything you can.
Yeah.
But when you flat start a marathon, you can work that entire time and push it and be on that line.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
shout out to flat start marathoners. And so she did that, and then Nolan did his first ever. He recently turned 19, I think, but fresh out of, he's a year out of high school. Just wanted to run a marathon, and he got himself under 6 hours. Way to go, Nolan.
Yeah.
He was in the hurt locker.
Dude, Nolan, he's so funny. So I know sub 6 doesn't sound like that impressive, but he ran 210. He was running like 210 800s, which is fast.
It's fast.
Yeah. So that just goes to show when you're younger and like pivot into endurance event. It hits different. You can have all the high-end speed you want, but it just takes time to build up aerobic endurance, which he's just never trained. He's just had that natural ability to rock up on track meets and run fast. Yeah. So, but yeah, he's already pumped to do another one. He just sent me a text today, actually.
Seriously?
Yeah. He's like, these two look fun.
Seriously.
End of September.
Let's go.
I know.
We're
Anyway.
going to train it.
Yeah. I
So
know.
good.
I have so many ideas.
It's going
It's gonna be really fun.
one to watch.
Yeah, and I think, man, we should even have him on. It'd be funny.
Yeah.
We should have Nolan on. Can
Maybe
talk about
after
his-
the next one.
Yeah.
See
talk
the
about his
difference
adventure.
when he runs,
Mhm.
I don't know, 4 hours.
Yeah.
Think we can shave 2 hours off in 5 months?
I think a year.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make some goals. Some scary ones.
Yeah. Anyway, the only other thing I was going to mention was T100 San Francisco. Julie Duran upset Taylor Nib, which was awesome to
Yeah.
see. Just watching the girls, put in the work in the off season, matching Taylor Nib now on the bike,
Yep.
which, okay, that's pretty cool.
Right? No longer a runaway weapon.
No.
Other folks have said, I see that, and I will do it.
Right. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm a good runner now. I just got to get my bike to. Yeah. So anyway, Julie Duran first, Taylor Nib second, and Katie Wagyu third. And then on the men's side, we had Rico Bogan, who just inspired the crap out of me with the 394 normalized. And then Yelly Geens second, and Mika Newt in third. So, yeah. That was a good race. And then I think that's it. And then we're going to move into this week's pod meet, which is a fun new one. We're just going to get right into it. So you guys are familiar with the DG Pro Talks, where we get into my head about training and racing.
Yes, we are.
And now we're going to have Amateur Hour with John Kaiser.
Amateur hour.
We're going to get into the amateur, head of John Kaiser, which is going to be so fun. So listen at your own risk. And, but it's going to be fun. I think everyone's going to learn a lot.
Yeah. Well, I think, right. All right. I don't want to, we'll see what happens here with amateur hour, but I'm a person too.
Yes.
I'm not a professional, but I am human and I have things to say about it.
I'm an alien. I'm from Jupiter.
Here's the difference. So, but just, right. Everybody has different things they relate to. We also want to give people an opportunity to get to know us on the pod and learn along the way.
Yeah, seriously.
So, what the heck? Bring on amateur hour. And maybe we'll have other amateur guests.
Right. Yeah.
We are actually.
Actually,
we will have other amateur guests. You don't have to be a professional to be a guest on our show.
No.
Just so you know.
No. No, you don't.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to kick this off. Let's just, all right, John.
What do you want to know?
So, you're a human.
I am. We have asserted that.
And I don't know, you're super passionate about triathlon, endurance sport. Let's get to know you. Where are you from?
Somehow.
Who are you? What do you do?
Oh, gosh.
What do you do for work?
How long is this podcast?
I'll cut you off if you're being too long. No, just kidding.
You should.
Yeah.
We don't edit, so you got to do it in real time.
Let's start with this. Let's start with what do you do for a career here there, Johnny boy, outside of coaching?
Right. Yep. So outside of the Train Anything gig, I have a corporate job. I'm a corporate puke.
Mr. LinkedIn.
Yeah. Well, don't go there. I've always said if my LinkedIn starts getting zhuzhed up, it means I'm looking for another job. So if you go to it, it is not zhuzhed up. I work corporate finance ops job, and it's on LinkedIn for the Huron Consulting Group. So I help manage a P&L and do forecast and budget and help coordinate across different functions, the marketing team, the HR team, the formal finance team, and whatever else.
What's a P&L? What's a P&L? What is everything you just said?
Manage a P&L. You
sound fancy.
It's I went to school.
Oh gosh.
It's really the computer does the math. I don't have to.
Oh right.
But,
Okay,
I did. Good. Yeah. No, profit and loss.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
it's money going in, costs going out. Are we tracking? What's the variance? Why is this not looking good, or why is this looking good? And where are we going? So, yeah, I've been doing that for a hot minute, but that is my day job.
Yeah. For how long? How many years?
That one, like 5 or 6 years, but I've been working for that company for 14 years come July.
That's actually really impressive.
That was a long time.
That was out of college, yeah?
Yeah. This is my first real job, was consulting with this company, and jumped into that, and
consulting.
never left them. but they're a great company to work for.
Yep.
Work with a lot of good people.
Yeah.
And I can do it remotely. So I have to go to Chicago every once in a while, but I do have one of those remote jobs.
Yeah.
Which is great because I live in Bozeman, Montana.
Right. Yes. Yeah, that's great. Well, this is a great segue because, you started out in consulting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
let's
trip. Yeah. So let's mix that with, and that's about like when you're kind of getting serious into triathlon a little bit. You're dabbling. So talk about that life on the road.
Yeah.
And maybe some of your first triathlons.
Yeah. I did start. So, right.
And how you managed it.
Yes, I did sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes better
Maybe
than
you
others.
Didn't.
But I started out in triathlon. Like the summer I started triathlon is the summer I started this job traveling.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I learned how to do triathlon more or less while on the road. So I would fly out. So traditional consulting pre-COVID, now it's way better. But pre-COVID, you'd fly out Monday morning, be at a hotel, work your client site all week, and then fly home Thursday afternoon. And then you did it again the next week. So
every week,
every single week.
Would you go back to the same client, or did you have
no
until the project was done?
Yep. Yeah. So at least 8 weeks. I think minimum for me was 8 weeks at a time going to the same place. Longest was 2.5 years.
Oh,
I went to Lawrence, Kansas for 2.5 years, so every single week.
So they became your homies. Like you knew them.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
Shout out Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Yeah.
What did a day look like Monday through Thursday? Like
Yeah. So when you're on the road, you have to find your essentials. You got your food, your shelter, and then where you're going to train, right? Yeah. So meals were all out. So I had to learn how to eat out all the time.
Careful.
Yeah. Danger. Lots of salad, lots of fast food-ish, like Chipotle kind of stuff, and then careful on dinner. Training wise, every new place I went, I had to find where's the pool, where can you swim, for how much, and depending on where you are, that may be hard or may be easy. I've also been known to do circles in the hotel pool, swimming around.
Are you serious?
I was desperate.
In a Speedo?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, on the perimeter swimming, and I was doing the water polo turns in the corners, just to get it in.
How many days a week would you do that when you were traveling as a consultant?
I was trying to swim 1 day a week on the road, and then one weekend.
So you'd hit a good pool if you could.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're in a hotel pool.
Yep. And the runs are where you can get them, and bike. So I ended up traveling. I had a travel bike. So I had a bike that was at home, and then I had a bike that I would bring with me to client sites.
In a suitcase.
And it would the bike would not live in a suitcase. The bike, if I was going to be somewhere long enough, so I had to have been there for 4 months or more, on the schedule, then I would ship a bike. So this was before I didn't have a bike bag. So I would take it to a bike shop. They would box it up. I would bike flights it to another bike shop in whatever town it was. They would put it back together because I'm much more bike handy now, but back then I couldn't turn an Allen wrench on a bike. But I would get it shipped to wherever, pick it up, and then I would store it at the hotel behind the front desk. You can do that if you're coming back the next week. You can.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I didn't bring the bike back and forth every week. The bike stayed.
What a pain in the butt.
Yeah, no, gosh, that would have been awful. Oh. That's why I had to have.
Would you have a bike trainer there too?
No,
you'd bike outside.
Or at the gym. So I did a lot of biking at hotel gyms. And during that time, this is probably where you do what you can. I mean, I was working consulting. Consulting hours are wake up. Breakfast at the hotel with the team, drive to client, you spend all day at the client site. And then you might have a gap for dinner. And then you get back together and start working in the hotel lobby until
after dinner.
It's over. Oh, yeah.
What?
It's amazing life. Amazing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ish.
Uh-huh. So I have to get up 8 years
money,
of my life.
Money.
8 years of my life. Uh-huh.
Is that the benefit of that job?
Yeah, they pay you well.
Yeah, that's funny, dude.
But so getting workouts in, I would, in that gap, dinner gap, I'm going for my run or going for my ride, but it's all short. because you just don't have that much time. I did do a couple 20-mile runs in Lawrence, Kansas, where I did like an aid station at this one lady's house, like who worked there. And she was my water stop, which was kind of wild, but you made it work. But I did a lot of training on the weekend during that time. My Saturdays were always a long ride. Sundays, there was always something, just because during the week I could get in what I could get in. I still do stuff every day, but it had to be hour or less kind of things.
Right.
Yeah. I also spent a lot of time in hotel gyms and hotel gym bikes.
Yeah. Did you have a coach at that time?
Awful. I did. So I had workouts. However, because of there was stuff in there.
Yeah. But it was kind of like, okay, it was like
swim
you
this
saw
day,
it and you would
bike
hit
this
it if
day,
you could do it.
Run this day, kind of get it in. It was more of a volume play, and then train when you can.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, so
I did that for 8 years.
You did that for 8 years.
That's
And you've been there for
time.
14.
Yeah.
So, okay. So in that last, what is that? Math.
And I got decent. I think I did like a 4:45 half.
Okay.
Off of that life.
Yeah.
At its best.
Wow.
So I was pretty fit.
I wonder, so this is something I've been thinking about. Doing that kind of work, it's like endurance work, right? With your mind, with your brain. So it's like you're training your mind like in a way you would when you're training physically. So like, I don't know, if you, even if you have time to train a little bit, but you're like, your mind's strong, I feel like when you go to a race, it kind of translates
brings
a little
it together.
bit. A little bit. Yeah. Do you feel like that has some truth in there?
Something worked out.
Yeah.
It certainly wasn't my volume, or I was consistent for a long time.
Yeah.
With the free time I had, right? With the time I had, what was I doing? Applying it to triathlon. Yeah, I was training. So it was like that thing outside of work that I was doing. So it was pretty elevated in the priority list. Yeah. And so, like what you're talking about makes some sense, because my brain was like, this is what you do outside of working spreadsheets and interviewing people.
Right. Oh my gosh, dude.
That's
so impressive.
PowerPoints.
Yeah, especially not home, like on the road.
Yeah.
Ooh, living out of a suitcase.
Yes.
It's impressive stuff. Okay, so that was the first 8 years. Then let's talk about like the last 6. Yeah, in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Let's talk about like the last 6 years where now you're home.
Mm-hmm.
You're in Chicago, but then you moved to Montana. But like, I don't know, did training get better?
Training was way better. Yeah, more consistent, more volume. When I lived in Chicago for a few years, it was a lot of commuting. So I was in Logan Square, like Chicago proper, and I was not someone who was going to get smacked by some car on the road biking in Chicago. So I lived there for 5 years, and I never once biked in the city. Not going to happen. So I would drive 25, 30, 40 minutes, depending on traffic, to get to the north side to ride. On the weekends, I would drive to Wisconsin, which is a 2-hour drive to go ride my bike. So
when you got to Wisconsin, that's a commitment.
Yes.
How long would you bike on those weekends?
4-hour ride, usually
4-hour
80 miles, 2 loops of the Ironman course there. It's the only place, it's the only thing I knew. I wasn't exploring other things, but I was
that fun to you at that time?
It was.
That's awesome.
Yes. Yeah. And sometimes I could get other people to come, and every once in a while there would be let's all go to Wisconsin, kind of thing. But if I could just find one person, I think like over the years I could find someone who would come. Otherwise I would just go.
It's so funny. We're so weird, like humans. I'm
a human.
You're
human. From Jupiter. So careful what you say here.
Right. But like, I was the same way. I had like 2 routes I did. Call it 1, probably.
1.5.
Honestly. And you're just okay with it.
Yes. Yeah. And every time we just do it again.
But then when you
feel better during, there were always these sections.
You always race yourself. It's so dumb.
Every time. This one section of stoplight. Well, there's the Barrington Loop. So that wasn't Wisconsin, but there's always those loops, and it would be, the hit it sections.
I know. Well, here's my encouragement to everyone listening. Is try different routes. Your mind will explode. I promise.
Yes, I don't disagree. But at the same time, when you're balancing umpteen things and driving 2 hours one way to go ride your bike, I don't got time to plan
That's a
another
good point.
route. Like
That's a good
I just
point.
need efficient. What is the most efficient thing? And
Yeah.
that is known routes with an anticipated whatever, anticipated stimulus.
Yes.
And like I know it. So I think that's part of when I was working, my job changed to this more ops finance job around that time. And I was doing this drive to Wisconsin stuff. So I wasn't doing the consulting, right, which is better for the timeline.
Yeah.
But I'm still working. So efficiency with all that driving and trying to train 10, 12 hours a week, like I needed just,
Right.
you know,
You had to have your
nail
things.
it.
Well, I'm doing the math now. You were only that for a year because then you moved out to Bozeman after consulting.
That's true.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's why you could do it.
Yes. Now I leave
Yeah.
my house on my bike.
Yeah.
When I first came to Bozeman, I was gaining 8 hours a week
Yeah.
of commute time that I no longer had.
Yeah.
With both my remote job, and I was only going to the office 2 or 3 days a week. But between that and driving to workouts, I was gifted 8 hours a week at least.
That's pretty good.
That's amazing.
An hour a day.
That's a whole, yeah. Well, in a work day, it's a whole extra work day.
Yeah.
I can
That's true.
put those hours. It's free time.
Put them to good use.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this was going to be a twofold question. Your Instagram handle is Finding Fit John.
It is. It wasn't always.
It wasn't always. What was it before, actually?
Good
John Kaiser?
No.
John Kaiser?
No.
Quadzilla?
No. It was, I believe it was Kaiserman. Okay.
Oh, my gosh.
There's a story. So,
Kaiserman.
yeah, Kim Wadman, wherever you are, I think I was 12 or 13 or 14 or something. But I remember we were at a swim meet or swim practice. It was poolside or something. And everybody calls me Kaiser.
Mm-hmm.
Like growing up and whatever, Kaiser. And she was like, Kaiserman does whatever a Kaiserman can. And like it was a rip on Spider-Man song.
That's good.
And then I became in my internet life, I became Kaiserman. And I don't really like Spider-Man, so it's my own thing.
All right.
But then it changed.
Yeah, to Finding Fit John. When?
Yeah, when I was sick of being unfit.
Which was during your consulting years?
It was near the end of them. Yeah.
Near the end
so, yeah, 2017, 2018, when I was not about that travel life. And my training has been very ebb and flow over the years, and levels of fitness and not fitness, unfitness. So, I don't know, 2017 or 2018, I said enough. I was in one of those enough periods where I was out of shape. I think my tri bike was in the garage for 2 years. Like,
oh yeah.
Just doing other things, but not exercising. And I just wasn't happy. Like I look at myself, I'm like, look at you. Like, do you do any, like, blah, you know? I hit that point where I just wasn't okay with it anymore. And I wanted to change my life and what I was doing. And I said, well, one of the things I changed my Instagram handle. I was like, we're going to find.
I'm no longer Kaiserman.
I'm no longer Kaiserman. Yeah, don't put me in spandex. You won't like what you see. So we're going to change your habit. Like it was part of, like a whole
mindset
thing.
shift.
Yeah, mindset, lifestyle, priorities, Instagram handle. Like you just throw it in there.
Right.
Yeah.
You see it every day.
That
Okay,
changed.
Fit John.
Yes. And
That's
I got on a mission. And I think it actually happened, now that we're talking about this, shortly after I did a half marathon, or attempted a half marathon off of like no training, right? Because in your head, and maybe other people can relate to this. You're always way fitter in your head.
Yeah.
If you're an unfit person, because you move around fine.
Yeah,
and
right.
you think if you had been fit previously, you just think it's in there. And maybe this is a young person thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I rocked up to this half marathon and I thought I was going to be able to do it because I had done at that point, I probably have 4 or 5 Ironmans under my belt.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you're just permanently fit after you do Ironmans, right? Isn't that how that works?
Your mind is.
Yeah. So
Your mind is proving to be strong.
I rocked up to this thing and I didn't finish.
You didn't finish it?
I DNF'd.
I didn't know that.
I couldn't.
John Kaiser.
Yeah, huge. I was massive. But I was so out of shape. And I got a couple of miles in. My shins were going. My calves were going. Whoa. Everything hurt. And I just thought to myself, I'm walking. Like, this is not good. So I asked the policeman at the corner, I'm like, how do I get back? Because we had run maybe 4 or 5 miles. And I said, what's the fastest way back to the race start? And he pointed me and I cut across the thing. And I went and sat on the hill and pouted. I was very, it was not a good moment. But it was a moment that I had where I got to make a decision, either continue, do you care about this, that you can do a half? Some people don't care, right? That they can do a half marathon. And just go do it. Or if you do care, right, then what are you going to do about it? So I sat on that hill and had a good think because my sister and her, I don't know if she was married to him at that point, but her now husband, they also did it and they finished their races. So while they were running, I was sitting on the hill contemplating. And that was one of the bottoms, if you will, where it was a decision point, and I decided I was going to find a fitter version of myself.
Is that when you changed your handle?
Right around that time. Yeah.
Whoa.
It was all right around that time.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So fast forward on into you moving out to Montana during the COVID season.
Uh-huh.
When I met you, you were in pretty good shape.
I was reasonably fit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I made a good push.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got really fit.
Yeah.
Like 2 years into being here.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you stop eating?
Yeah. It's just
we're calling fitness as
starvation.
How skinny
John is.
Yeah. But you got down to like 180, right? 185?
Yeah.
Like that?
Uh-huh. Yeah. And I'm 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
Biggest frame.
If you've seen John's quads, Mr. Kaiser, you know there's 100 pounds each. I mean,
yeah. I mean, they sell pants in these circumferences.
Yeah, jeez, stretchies. No.
But
something took over you. What happened?
Yeah.
Was it a drive to be better at sport? Was it like were you just sick of your image? Or
yeah.
You
I mean, I was continuing on that path that I started with the Finding Fit John thing. I wasn't going to let COVID stop it. Super annoyed when the pools were closed and all of that. But just wanted to push myself and continue to see what I could do if I dedicated more time to it, and test some limits. I think I had the time. I had those 8 hours of not commuting that I can put some of these into sitting on my bike and training. So how'd I do that? And it was fun.
Yeah. Well, and you started training with me.
I know, and I met you.
Really
I just sucked onto your wheel and didn't let go for hours on end.
Uh-huh.
I don't think. I mean,
that helps.
That helps. That definitely helped. Yep. I
Yeah.
just spent time 1 foot behind your rear wheel.
That's so awesome.
You get super fit.
So, okay. So this next question, I guess, it's like, okay, are you a completer or are you a competitor? And what, I guess, did you get your 70.3 time down to?
Mm-hmm.
And let's start there.
Yeah. Yeah, so I see myself as being on the competing end. So going after age group spots, whatever. Yeah, I've not been on the completing end, which is fine. Even when I was doing Ironman, I was there more to compete. So that is the lens. That said, it's an individual sport, right? And like you got to beat yourself. And so I am not the guy who's like, oh, what age group is that person in? I'm going to run past them.
Yeah.
You know, I use my competitors in races just, you know, to keep busy and rabid and what have you. But I try not to get too caught up in it. But I'm more on the competing end for sure.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Nice. Well, that's great. And then my other part of that question is, what did you get your time down to?
Right.
70. What's your PR? 70.3.
Yeah.
And 140.6.
Yep. Well, I'm going to give you my PR and then I'm going to PR butt it, but I won't, but I will. I'll explain. So I went at 425 or 424 at Oregon. That year I was really fit.
Yep.
So got sub 430. My PR butt it was a river swim. So I think
So add what?
Yeah. 6 minutes. Maybe.
6 minutes?
430. I mean, I was solid 430 guy when I was fit. And
That's fast, mister.
it's all right.
Yep.
I do all right.
That's right.
Yeah. So I was in the mix and solid swimmer. Like over the course of my career, I swam through college D3, but I did the thing. So I was always out of the water, like the whole, you know, all the years I've been doing this,
Right.
like towards the front. And then I would get passed all day and then just passed on the bike, passed on the run. And then as I stuck with the sport and progressed, right, fewer people would pass me on the bike, fewer people would pass me on the run. And, you know, I definitely lived out that progression. Of just getting better and get better at all three. I mean, my swim maybe actually is pretty much same, but bike and run have
Improved a lot.
Yeah.
Well, you got your 5K PR with me out here.
Yes.
I was alongside you. That was another audible run.
So good.
Dude, that was awesome.
That was one of my
That's
like top 5 athletic experiences ever.
That was so
I
cool.
think that's on my top 5.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That was inspiring for me. Just working so hard. What'd you go, 18 minutes?
Yeah, whatever 6-minute 5K
It
is.
was like an 18 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's just so cool.
That was great. I didn't believe I did it when I did it.
Yeah. Anyway, that was a little tangent. But like, and then 140.6, so full Ironman. Have you achieved, you know, your goal? Are you like, what's your PR? And then
Yeah, so I went at 9:57, so sub
Okay.
10.
Yep.
That's a big thing.
Yep.
Sub 10 at Indiana in whatever the fit year was.
23,
22,
22, 22,
21.
23.
I think it was 21.
Oh, was it 21?
I think it was 21.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's definitely my PR. It was a great day. It was cool. It was my day in terms of the heat management and just I was able to just keep going.
Yeah.
So yeah, sub 10. I was happy with that. But I was going after 9:30. But I still think it's possible. Hopefully, maybe.
Yeah. Well, anything's possible. Anything can be trained, John.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
Well, so to achieve that, right, it takes a lot of work.
Seriously.
So, and when you're working full time and starting a business, how do you manage your work day to day?
Outlook.
What's some outlook?
Yeah. My day is so scheduled.
Calendar.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, all the workouts are plugged.
Yeah. Time blocked.
Just to make sure I do them. And sometimes just do things slide. And like just actually last week, I was supposed to do a long run and didn't happen. But do my best to plot out the week and protect the training time, like after important work things.
Yeah.
And then just execute.
Yeah.
You know, and be planning, you know, a couple days ahead. Like I know, like that's super helpful for me to have an expectation of when things are going to fall.
Right.
So that I can just do it and not have to think.
Right.
I mean, that's all about efficiency. And that includes right, what rides or runs I'm going to do. Like if I don't have time, I'm running from my house. If I have extra time, I'll go drive to a trailhead or something and get out. But yeah, so definitely using Outlook or whatever calendaring system you have as like number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
meal prep.
It's inspiring. Yeah.
Another thing.
You fit a lot in the day.
Gotta eat. Yeah.
You gotta eat.
Gotta eat.
Yeah.
So I'm big on those. One of the frozen vegetable bags, they have like you can find it in your local supermarket, but it's got like quinoa, black beans. It's labeled as like a protein bag, but a heat and eat 5 minutes in the microwave, and it's real food. There's nothing weird in it. It's just frozen, and like that is easy button, 500 calories meal. Like that's meal prep without prepping. So I do eat a fair amount of those. It's not my entire diet.
That's hilarious,
but
John.
It's time spent cooking and prepping, and you know, that's you got to fuel. It's
that's
important.
Right.
You get behind on that, you get behind.
Yeah. Well, no. So what I want to talk about, well, we'll probably talk about this in another podcast, but for people who don't know, John broke his shoulder like twice in a row. So like, things. Right. We're talking about like, you were super fit. And
I was.
Like, where are you
Why
now?
do we have to say was, Dylan? I had a plan. I had such a plan.
Yeah.
You know, they talk about, you know, or at least they used to. Now I feel like it's changed. But 36 is like the magic endurance year, right? At that,
it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, well, you only turn 36 once.
I think it's 42 now.
I know. I think so. It's good for me.
Yeah.
that it has moved to the right.
Yeah.
But so some of my goals were just thinking, you know, okay, and I'm 37 now, so this was a number of years ago, but plotting towards I'm going to keep working on this and try to keep improving and just hit my pinnacle peak, whatever, at the time I'm supposed to hit it, you know, whatever, loosely, right? I mean, I didn't have like a 5-year training plan built out or anything like that, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, all right, I'm going to keep getting fitter through my 30s and just friggin' smash what I can smash when I'm 36.
Yeah.
And then I didn't know what I was going to do after that. I was going to probably go pro. I don't know.
Yeah. Let yourself go.
Yes, I'm going to go.
I did it.
And we're changing our handle. Yeah. Fat John. Finding Fat John.
Found him. No. Oh, gosh. Dude.
Oh, but that was, so like the mental, you know, and I wanted to stay in the sport. So as you mentioned, that things didn't quite pan out that way.
Yeah.
When I was 30, I think I was 35. When I
got in your big
wreck
accident.
one, broke my back and separated my shoulder. And then, so I spent 7 months rehabbing that, and then spent 8 months training for an Ironman because that was going to be my comeback race. I was going to get fit and do an Ironman.
You were fit?
I was Ironman fit. I was. Yeah, I lost, it's not all about weight loss, but like 25 pounds or something during those 8 months.
Yeah. And
then I had my other bike spill, popped my collarbone, got another surgery. So that was my 36. Shoulder. So that was my, I was talking about the 36 year. I was 36. So I got hurt. My first one was August 2025. No, sorry, this is 2025. August 2023 was the first run in. And so my, you know, what was going to be a whatever year of optimal fitness ended up being a rebuilding year. So just very different mindset. But I did the things. And then, it's supposed to be November 30 when I was 36 to just crush an Ironman. And I was crushing the surgery and back into rehab. So, yeah.
Golly, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate luck there.
Yeah.
Golly.
Not what you want to happen. And I'm someone, so you don't know, well, maybe I did, but I'm doing the thing or I'm not doing the thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty much, we're in it or we're not.
My mind's somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm not. So during rehab, I did, well, I wasn't like on my trainer the very first time I could sit there and stand it. You know, I was like, okay, we're not doing this right now because we can't go do it for real. And I wasn't, you know, not a pro trying to get back, or, you know, I'm living life. And so I was very off the wagon. I'm doing my PT, but that was pretty much it. Just focus on recovery. And then similarly, after this last one, it was like 3 months of PT, 4. Yeah. And same kind of thing. Like I wasn't able to do the thing, so I didn't. I'm either doing it or I'm not.
All right.
So if I can't do it because I'm physically like unable to do it at that level, like I'm off.
Yep.
Which it's just how I am.
Yeah.
That's all right.
But that's all right. But you're back.
Now we're back.
You're smacking VO2 in the face.
We're just friggin' throwing watt bombs down first workout.
For what? What are you doing? What's next?
Yeah. So first race in over 2 years, which blows my mind. Will be, God willing, Boise 70.3 end of July. So yeah, I've been training.
That's our team race?
Team race, TA team race.
Good?
We're going to be there. If you're going to be there, we're going to be there.
That's right.
Or at least I'm planning to be there. Dylan's planning to be there pending the birth of his second child.
Yes.
But
Hold your breath.
Yeah, everybody. And I'm going in bubble wrap as soon as
Now.
I can.
Yeah.
I know. I'm not taking it seriously. If somebody invites me to bike off road or something, I'm not into it. I hardly want to trail run because I'll probably hurt myself. But rebuilding, and I'm not putting pressure on it. So I've been pretty lax. Like I said, this is my first structured workout this past week. Yeah. And I've been semi-consistently training since March. So March, I started training. April, May, maybe was it March? Maybe it was April. I don't know. I should know.
Yeah.
It was March, April, where I kind of started move. I just wanted to move. Yeah. And building back. Building back sucks. If you're listening and you have a choice, don't get out of shape.
Seriously.
If you don't have a choice, then it can be rebuilt. Yeah. But I'm about to be proof at some point.
Yeah. You almost have to remove yourself from the now and just like keep going. Because, like, in 2 weeks, you'll start to feel good again, or 3 weeks.
Dude, that is...
You just have to forget about where you are, and don't worry.
That's so real.
Yeah.
That is so real. Yes. And you just have to know that.
Yeah.
Like, when I literally I was doing 2-mile runs, and I was walking during them. And just knowing... You will be able to run again one day. It will happen. You just have to keep doing the things.
Yeah, it comes around.
Right. But I'm older now, so probably I know.
Got your cane under the table and everything.
Yes, I'm gonna take my teeth out. Yeah. So I think. Right. You just got to do the things. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm not putting pressure on it. I'm kind of letting the body come as it comes. And I'll know if I can get to the start line again. I'll be able to finish the 70.3 in July.
Oh, yeah.
And that's kind of it. I just want to get back to a start line in a race. That's kind of my goal.
And it's going to like ignite you into whatever you want to do next.
Yeah.
I think it'll just stoke the fire.
Yeah. I'm more looking at fall in terms of performance, because I still think I can get, my goal is to go 4:30 again. Like that is my goal. An Ironman, and I could do sub 10 again. Why not?
Oh, yeah.
So those are my goals, but I know it's going to take time to build that up. Yep. And this one, Boise will be a step along the way. And I think I was inspired by our tagline, Race with Everything. Race with Everything doesn't care how fit you are. It does not give a crap. You show up, you can put everything down, and you have to. Like, that is your mission when you show up on a start line, no matter what. And so that's what I'm going to do. And whatever time that is, that time is. And I don't have to build it up to some big, it's just, no.
It's a starting point.
And give it everything.
Yeah.
And that's going to be great.
Nice.
So that's the plan.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll start with Boise.
Yes.
And then after Boise, we'll do another amateur hour.
Another amateur hour.
And we'll see what you're wanting to do. Is he going to do an Ironman? Is he going to do another 70.3? We'll see.
We will.
Yeah. That was good, man.
I'm excited. Bring you guys along for the journey. We'll dive into some other avenues and whatever.
There you
I
go.
don't know. Amateur hour.
Yeah, dude. You're just a human.
Just a human.
It's great.
Yes.
You're just like everyone else.
That's right.
Just working, training hard, have big goals. You know? I know you aren't talking about the big goal for Boise, but like you just saying that you want to do 4:30 again or sub 4:30 and, you know, smash like a sub 9:30 in the Ironman. Like,
yeah, why not?
Just tells me there's a little fire in there.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Burning. So,
yep.
All right, man. Well, there you have it. John Kaiser, everyone. Kaiserman. Kaiserman.
That'll be our
closeout.
Or no, it could be our intro to the next amateur hour.
There you go.
I'll come with a theme song.
Kaiserman.
There is no shuffling like that.
Yeah, right. I bet there was.
Kim Wappin, shout out. All the credit.
All right. Well, let's hit a bucket poll and
bucket poll.
Yeah, we'll go from there.
Cool.
So here we go.
Bucket polls, as a reminder, coming to you from Dylan's grandpa's hat. Heavy.
Well, this hat reminds me of my grandpa. It's not his hat.
Oh, it's not actually his hat. It's just like the grandpa hat.
I know.
As in,
it's got dirty.
Yeah. Well, we pull bucket polls out of anything we can find in the garage, and sometimes they are questions from you, and sometimes they're questions from us, and sometimes they're quotes. And today's bucket poll is a quote. So I'm going to read it, and then we're going to see if you have anything to say about it. Discomfort is the entry fee to a meaningful life. This quote is attributed to Susan David, but she wasn't the first person to think it, nor was she the first person to say it. She was just the one who it was attributed to. So we want to give some credit.
And that's our show, folks. But man, that one hits home. Yeah, when you're working hard towards something, like when you're doing right, like the workouts, like the 2040s, and you're actually really working because you want to get better. That's the best feeling in the world.
So good.
There's no other feeling like that.
Yeah.
There's something like, even like doing a hard thing. I guess I'm putting a purpose behind this.
Do it.
But like meaning, like when you have a purpose to do something great and then you're working really hard in it.
Yeah. And that's feeling it.
Yeah. That's special.
Yeah.
Because you push yourself almost like an extra 5%.
When there's something there.
When you're working towards something. And trust me, when you're in it, you're like, I don't want to be here anymore.
Make it stop. Can you make the pain stop? Actually, yes, you can. Your brain is saying, don't do it. One part of your brain. And then the other part of your brain has to come in and say, oh no, keep going.
Yeah.
We're doing this.
Yes. Because you know what? When you're on the other end of it, you're going to start thinking about the next workout. Trust me. Like, you're just like, oh yeah, like, okay, this is going to go good. Or I know what I can do maybe now.
Do this again.
Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know. Jeez. It just gives meaning. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, think
Working
about
hard.
Think about the opposite of it. Easy street, right? I think we see that all over. If you, I don't know, in your lives, folks who aren't chasing something or aren't working. I don't know. Would you say their life? It may be harsh to say their life doesn't have meaning, but if you're not doing hard things, you're not testing what you're capable of, and you're not going to know the answer to that question. Like, what can I actually achieve? Whether it's physical or it could be a career. You know, we talk a lot about the physical side. I mean, there's certainly mental to it, but pushing our bodies to limits. But if you're not tackling the hard thing, yeah, I'm going to call you out and say, what are you doing? Like, go find something hard and go do it. And meaning, fulfillment, just adventure, excitement. So many things come with that. And it better not be comfortable. Like, if it's comfortable, you're not doing it right. Like, you haven't found the right thing, or you're not pushing yourself hard enough.
Yep. Yeah, have you ever thought of the quote? Or maybe it's not a quote, but
we can attribute it to you.
The fear of success. Have you ever thought of like fear of success? Like if you make it,
then what?
Yeah, like then what? I don't know. Sometimes I think of that. I don't think it paralyzes me, but I think I love just staying in the grind. I really do. And then you're like, well, what if I achieve it? What? So like, you know, if your goals aren't big enough or you achieve everything you did, that can be a hard place to be in. Like I was there when I turned pro. Like that was a huge goal.
That was a huge goal.
I'm not talented. I didn't have like the best people. There's some people that just shoot really quick. Sure. Like they come into the sport, or they super durable. They can train
from. Yeah.
I was broken all the time for 10 years. From the time I started triathlon to like, you know, to the time I turned pro, and which took
like
10 years.
Injury recovery.
I was always injured. Yeah, I just wasn't built durable. So like for me, getting to become a professional told me I figured it out. Like I figured it out.
Yeah.
I was able to stay healthy enough to get better to do this thing that I've dreamed of doing. And when I got there, I didn't know what to do anymore. Like, you know, it's like people ask me, well, now what? Well, it's just like, well, now I just get faster, you know?
Right.
And that's almost not strong enough. It's not a strong enough goal or a purposeful thing. It's
so like, did your perspective change then? How did you morph?
It took me a couple of years. Yeah. To like reset.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think COVID was when I got to reset. Like, am I going to step into this fully?
Yep.
Or am I going to step out, or like just keep doing what I'm doing?
Yeah.
You know? So setting some new hard goals and just gave me more purpose and meaning.
Yeah.
And it's an exciting journey. So.
And you chose discomfort.
Yes.
Have you been?
I know.
Uncomfortable at all in the last 5 years?
Comfortable?
Uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable. I'm always uncomfortable. Sore and tired now. Yeah. But I don't know. I guess that'd be the encouragement, is to think about what you're going to do after, if you did achieve the goal.
Yeah.
Like, think bigger. But also don't get caught up in the biggest thing, because then it'll feel unattainable. Because you just got to meet yourself where you're at and then get going.
Execute daily. And
Yeah.
you'd be surprised how far you can get.
Yep.
Along the way.
Yeah, and we've talked about this too. Like, bring people with you. You know, don't do it alone.
Yep.
Yep. Find people who are wiser than you, who've been through it. They can just share knowledge. So, anyway.
It's good. Love it. That was a double bucket.
Double bucket.
Double bucket.
Was it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I went on a tangent a little bit.
But it's good. And I think we'll leave it there.
Yeah, that's good.
So,
well, Johnny boy, did you start the campfire?
What do you say? I got it going with sticks and wood. String. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Train Anything Show. Take us out, Dylan.
Yoo-hoo!
Nailed it.
Thanks for watching. Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.